Hey guys, Joshua with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to another episode of tackle making. Today's video, we're going to be making the Do It swim bait head. This one goes from 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce. I think we'll go ahead and pour some in the 1/4 ounce today and show you exactly how I go through and make them all the way down to the painting. So let's go ahead and go over some of the components for this mold and get started. Alright, so let's take a look here at the mold. Like I said, this is the Swimbait head, is what they call it. The model number is SBH-5-A. I'll go ahead and open it up, and we'll sort of take a look at it here. You can see it does go, it tells you, you know, 1/4 ounce will take a 4/0 hook, 3/4 ounce will take all the way up to a 6/0. The hooks that you will need for this mold, it calls for a 32-746 mustad hook. Be using the 3/0 for the 1/4. And then you're going to need this wire keeper here. That's to hold your swim bait on. This one is a WDB 1000. That will be the keeper. I've got an open package here of that. This bait, or this swim bait head here is versatile in a couple different ways. One, you can use it as a swim bait head, and then another way is to do as a damiki, if you're familiar with damiki fishing in the winter time. So let's go ahead, we'll get this mold heated up, and we'll get the hooks and the keepers ready to go, and we'll start pouring. Okay, so I've got the mold heated up. I'm going to show you what we do is we got our 3/0 mustad hook. I'm going to lay it right down there in the slot for the hook. And then I've got the keeper, and I want to show you this here. This is just personal preference. You may not want to do this, but you can see this has a double keeper on it. Try to get it to focus there. I personally will just will cut these down to the single one. You may not want to do that. If that's not something you don't want to do, you want to leave both of them on there, by all means leave both of them on there. To me, the swim baits that I use, it works better with the one keeper. So we're going to go over here to the lead pot and go ahead and pour this and see what we got. Okay, I apologize for the lighting over here, but one thing that I do want to tell you is when you go to close these molds, always make sure you hear it seal good when you snap it. So we're pouring the 1/4 ounce. It's going to be the first one. We're going to go ahead and give it a good pour here, fill it all the way to the top, and stop it. And then we'll take it back over here to the table and see what it looks like. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. There it is. Go ahead and grab it here by the end, pull it out. And we'll go ahead and load the other one up and pour it. The hardest part, I guess, is almost getting the keeper down in there perfect. But I'll go ahead and pour this one and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so here's the second one. Let's see what we got. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and load this last one up, and then we'll get to the next step, which will be cutting the little piece off there. I'll show you exactly how to do that. All right, let me pour this one and we'll be right back. Here's the third one. Looks good also. Now, let's move on to the next step, which will be cutting those ends off. Alright, so the best way that I found to do this is you just take a pair of side snips here and go right underneath the actual head there and just snip it right off. Just give it a little squeeze. That lead's really soft and it'll come right off. And that is that. Now, the next step is you're going to want to take a file, and you can see right there how it's got like a little burr on it. What you're going to do is you're going to take your file and just clean it up just a little bit. See right there how it looks a lot better right there. Just take your file and run it up. Just to knock the burr off is all you're trying to do. All right. Those look really good. And you could actually fish with those just like that right there if you wanted to. I mean, you wouldn't have to paint them. We are going to paint them. I'm going to show you how I do it. But you could take that right there, and I guarantee you'd probably catch fish. Okay, we've changed the camera angle up here, and we're getting ready to paint. What we're going to be using for paint today is ProTech powder paint. This color here is Alewife. Our base color is going to be Pearl. I've also got some green pumpkin, and I've got some black that I'm going to show you how to do a two-tone color here. So what we're going to need, if you've never used any powder paint, you're going to need a small little torch here to heat up the lead, and that's what makes the powder paint here stick to the head. So we go ahead and we will fire the torch up. Alright, so what I've got here is a little small set of forceps to hold the head to heat it up here. What I like to do is I like to do about a 6 count or so just to heat it up really well. And if it doesn't stick to it the first time, you'll know you needed to go just a little bit more as far as heat goes. But then you'll take it, like I said, and just I give it a little swish down in there. Okay, so you can see there that it didn't take all the way on the top. That's okay though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat that up just a little bit, because I'm actually going to do a two-tone. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do a black. So I take my little paintbrush here, and then I just barely dust it on the top. I will lightly heat that up just a little bit. You can see what that looks like. Hopefully the camera will zoom in enough to see. We'll see more after we bake it. I will go ahead and put it over here in the oven. Now let's go ahead and make the next one. Let's make this one with the Alewife color. So we'll go ahead and heat this up. We're going to do a pearl base. Again, this is all trial and error here on learning how hot you need to get it as far as it goes for your base here. You can see that one did just a little bit better. I like to run it back over it again through the heat. Alright, so our top coat we're going to use on this one is the Alewife. Okay, see if I can make sure I get this in the camera. So we just take it and we just lightly dust it on the top. Just sort of give that just a little bit of an accent. And I'll run it back over the heat just a little bit just to coat it on there really well. And we'll get some close-up shots of it. Right now it's really hard to tell. We'll get some close-up shots here in just a second. Alright, the next one that we're going to do is a white base. We're going to do a little bit on the top of green pumpkin. I like this color. It looks really good. It reminds me a lot of like a shad color. Just swish it in the powder paint there. Looks pretty good. Heat it up just a little bit. Then we're going to go over it with the green pumpkin. Again, you're going to take your paintbrush. The best way to do this I've found is you just take like a little small paintbrush. Make sure you get the area where you want it good and heat it up. And you're just going to tap the paintbrush right across the top. And all depends on how much you want. Is how much you tap. And you can play with it and see, you know, what colors you want compared to your swim baits or your Damiki rigs. And that right there looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake these for about 20 minutes at around 250 degrees, and then we will see what they look like, and we'll go ahead and put the eyes on them. Alright, so they're all done in the oven. They're good and baked. This is the one with the alewife. You can see it looks really, really good. I like that color. This one is the black. Try to get a little bit better pictures of those or video of these once get the eyes put on. This is the green pumpkin one. I'm going to show you what eyes that I have and how I put them on. This mold in the 1/4 ounce takes a 5/32. So this right here is a red eye. And this one here, this is a really good eye here. I like these. These are a 3D eye. You can see these are raised eyes, if you can see in the video there. And these are just flat eyes. These are really nice, but the 3D eyes, it gives it a different appearance. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a, basically what it is just a sewing needle. I take it, and that's how I apply the eyes. And I go right underneath the eye and raise it up and slide it down into that hole. That's about the easiest way that I have found to apply the eye to a bait. Like I said, you just take that sewing needle and lift up on it. You can just maneuver it around anywhere you want it right there with that needle. And there it is. Got you a swim bait or a Damiki with eyes. 2 colors. Go ahead and we'll do red on this black one also, and then I'll show you the 3D eye on the alewife here. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. I mean, but you do want them to look good because you've worked so hard on making them. This is probably one of my favorite molds to make, just because, like I said, it's so versatile. You can use this as a swim bait or as a Damiki. And if you've never tried Damiki fishing in the winter, it is an absolute blast. You can see there that red looks really good. I really like that. The next one here, like I said, is the alewife color. We'll use the 3D eyes on that. And if you're looking for a place that to buy your supplies, your hooks, your molds, whatever it might be, check out a place called Zener's out of Wichita, Kansas. They have a website. It's called Zener's Angler Supply. And really, really good guy there. His name is Ben Zener. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Z-E-I-N-E-R. And man, he's top notch. Very, very good customer service and extremely fast shipping. There it is with the 3D eye. You can see, man, don't that look good. Let's get a little close-up video of these, and we'll wrap the video up. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Do It Swim Bait head mold. This is probably one of my favorite heads to pour, just because I love the two-tone paint and the eyes. I think it makes it look really realistic, and it's just fun to make. But if you have any questions, go down in the comments and leave me a question. I'll try to answer it the best that I can. I hope you're enjoying all these tackle making videos. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go down, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. That way you know when we put out videos. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. This is Josh for Josh and Hunter's Adventures.